I've got I hope you well. Of course I do. I've got a serious story to tell here, folks. A really serious story. And I'm not going to make fun of the story. But at the end, I am going to introduce a bit of humour, if you don't mind. Or something that I thought was pretty humorous. It's just what I do, folks. Yes, it's on the back of this thing that we were just reading about Mohammed El Fayed. They're saying he could be worse, seriously worse, than Weinstein, Epstein, Jockstein. Not Jockstein. Jockstein's alright. I like Jock. I know he's gone a while, Jock. Forget that. Weinstein, Epstein, and even Jimmy Savile. They're saying El Fayed could be as bad or worse than all of them. And I mean all of them. It's looking pretty grim for those that have suffered at the hands of old El Fayed there. Anyway, I'd like to bring something to you that I heard only the other day. I've been reading on the internet there about Piers Morgan. He's regurgitated, brought up some parts of the interview we did with John Lydon, or Johnny Rotten as was, a few years ago in his life story section. It's been in the press for a few years now. Lydon says that he knew Savile was a dodgy one when many folk did, but nobody spoke out. He said he tried to, but they shut him down. He said they shut him down, and they also blackballed the Sex Pistols for a good few months at the Beeb. Now many think to themselves that old Johnny as was, Mr. Lydon that is now, was the first to know anything about Savile. Now I thought the same. I did, until I come across this. Listen to this. Now we had this chap on the channel only a few weeks ago, and he went down very, very well. Many of us love him. In fact, we love him hell of a lot. You won't get him out and about anymore. He's been, what do they call it? Do they call it cancelled? I think they call it cancelled. He's been cancelled now. You're not going to hear anything about him anymore. I'm just setting it up now. That's why I'm talking drivel. I'll put it on now. This is a chap that we know pretty well talking about Jimmy Savile.
Where's my bloody pipe, Paul? I mean, you long for these, one of your socialists, isn't it? Your darling Harold made him a bloody lord, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, and he's doing a good job too, I know. Well, he's sorting out the good born from the bad born, isn't he? Him and Mary.
You great, hairy, filthy scarf bitch. Listen, that woman, that Mary Whitehouse is concerned for the moral fibres and the well-being of its beloved country. Well, never mind about it's being rotted away by your corrupt films and your telly and your bloody BBC's the worst of the lot, with the top of the pops and the evil painted youths dressed up like girls and that middle-aged peroxide albino clunk click ponce they got in charge of it there. Will you?
Now, I don't know about you folks, but I thought that was brilliant. What did he call him again? I wrote it down, but I'd rather hear it in Alf's words than me, or Alf said it than me. What did he call him? Where is it? It's somewhere. The middle-aged albino clunk click ponce they've got in charge of the show. I thought that was fantastic. Yes, Alf knew all about him and he wasn't prepared to be silenced. I thought that was great. So never mind, Piers, you and old Johnny trying to get all the limelight. Alf was onto him before you were, and he said it on TV. But no, on a serious note though, it's looking really, really bad with El Fayed and what he's got up to. It's shocking, it really is. As I said yesterday, I do so wish somebody had come forward and done something much, 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 much sooner. It could have, stopped a lot of girls paying further down the line. He's ruined a lot of lives as that fella, but when they're talking about him being as bad or worse than those three predators, God knows what kind of worms he's been open now. I think we're going to hear about this for the next sort of months or a couple of years. I really, really do. I think it's going to be a massive, massive can of worms is this one. Anyway, I'll leave that with you, but I just thought inviting Alf back to the channel was no bad thing. I know many of you liked him. I did. I mean, I know you can't get away with him anymore. It's all PC now. It's of its time, but I think it's sad.